He might get the asshole.
I've
Bev can be the
clicked
cause, I'll be
live.
the balls, and DP.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I am actually live now.
Okay, I'm going on mute.
At least I think so. I don't know why that's not got a screen on there. Oh, there you go. Looks live.
Yes, you're both live now.
It says my stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended. Yeah. Wait for Clary. Let me get me videos and all that sorted.
Yeah, I think Cleary's just doing his introduction. But you're live anyway, so.
Yeah. So.
Hey, what's going on?
What up?
Hey, Cleary.
Have you just done your intro?
I did, yeah.
We don't,
No rush.
We don't do stuff like that round here.
Oh, come on.
Hey, people.
You gotta get all Hollywood and say, welcome.
Someone wants to make me an intro and Bev an intro, feel free, but...
Yeah, and well, I might do a new one. What up, Ali? Hey. Right, let me get these videos sorted. Oh, yes, this is a shout-out sheet for Shills. Can we get them...
You're going to show those?
Yeah, the
I
ones
gotta turn you up
we
a
did
little
the other
bit,
day.
Bev.
You gotta turn me up.
I gotta turn you up a little bit.
That's unusual.
I had them on about 100. I think I'm pulling them out to about 140.
We get these. Shills put us onto something the other day, and it's been quite interesting. He what were we on the live stream?
Yeah, because the live stream text open.
I've got the side chat on, so I'll sort that. So, Shills said a bit ago that he noticed a relationship between the two brothers, to which he called the Mario brothers. So, DP's gone and made some memes for Shills.
Oh my god. Am I here?
You are. You dropped out.
Yeah, Discord just totally, like, rebooted on me. That was weird.
That happens to me a lot too.
Discord's being pretty weird at the minute.
Yeah. Discord drops me about 5 times a day, usually.
Oh, these are the
Yeah, Jeep Girl or Travis, if you want to come on over here, you can.
that one. That's a Shills special. The Plumbob
Yeah.
sisters. I've not heard anyone deny anything yet, so Shills might be onto something here.
Yeah, Shill says that Kozlowski and Sly are brothers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard a denial. Would be interesting if they were working together, because they do seem to back each other up.
They do have the same cadence when they speak.
What do you call it? Is it Travis? That's Travis's. But so Shill's giving us that and just commenting on my videos made me look at his channel. And while I was looking at Shill's channel, I found a clip that Shills had saved of something that I'd been looking for quite a while. Been wanting to go over it. There's a few nice little bits in, all in one nice little clip. It's only It's about 11, 12 minutes long, this clip. From a Fight the Flat Earth debate that I went on with Rumpus, McToon and Team Skeptic.
My God, you had a room full of Globe defenders.
Yeah, they were all trying pretty pretty well. So thanks, Shills, because I don't know whether I'd have found it, or it probably would have been in the middle of a 2 or 3 hour video that I would have had to have found out. So thanks to Shills clipping it and putting it out already. We've got it already set up. I'm just trying to find me YouTube. And mini player? No, not mini player.
Hey, Primate, I don't know if you sold a new T-shirt lately or not.
Yeah, a couple of tops.
He may have just sold one. Very recently. Hint, hint.
Oh, where did I put it? Just had it a minute ago.
Three-dimensional. Wait.
This is it.
Technology.
Make sure you sharing your screen as well.
This will give me time to do an advert for Primate's store.
Yeah, well, most of this is well, it's ready up and it's the video. It's mostly his pictures of Nathan Thompson, which you may find a bit disturbing, and there may be a bit of swearing involved in this.
Are you just showing it on the YouTube? Or are you going to go live?
Showing it.
You need to share screens.
Oh, on the Discord.
Yeah, just because
Okay,
otherwise Cleary won't be able to show it, will he?
Go live. There you go. So on the YouTube and on the Discord. You okay, everyone okay with that?
Yeah, you can just do it on Discord. It'll show up on yours and mine.
And Discord booted me.
Everyone ready for listening to this?
Yeah,
Flat
I know.
Earth.
Yeah, all good.
I apologise for Fight the Flat Earth. Anything he
See a load
says.
of pictures of Craig's fantasy or something.
Yeah, no, hopefully he's
that's
brought back
switched
the...
over. You should look at the VMix, not the stream.
Is that your boyfriend that you've
That's
got in
Nathan
there?
Thompson.
Yeah, can you see the... Yeah, look at the VMix. Yeah, look at the
You seem
screen.
a bit obsessed with him, Craig.
Oh,
Right?
very much so. Yes, I love the pictures that everyone sends me of him. This is a very serious question, Bev. All right, very, very serious. Do you have a brain injury?
Right, most of you know where this is going, right? This was genius because this is completely unexpected. Here we go, okay. Let's go with this.
I'm genuinely asking a serious question. Do you have a brain injury? Oh, no,
Why'd
because
you
I'm
ask that,
genuinely
Craig?
interested. Because
Why'd you ask?
if you have a brain injury, it explains why you're this fucking retarded. So, do you have a brain
Craig.
injury?
Craig.
Yes
you?
or no? Do you have a brain injury?
Do you, Craig?
No, I don't. I don't have a brain injury. And I'm quite smart.
Absolutely certain, are you?
Absolutely 100%. Do you have a brain
Right.
injury?
Would you know if you had a brain injury?
Yeah, I've had my brain scanned several times. So
Oh, why is that? Just to check for brain
because I
injury.
did have a brain injury when I was younger.
Yeah.
So you have...
Genius.
Boy. Yeah.
Goes through all of that. and
Hang
it-
on. He said he didn't, and then at the end he went, "Oh, well, actually, I did have a brain injury."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had one. I got rid of it. It's all right. It got better.
That's not how it works.
But it gets better, like, for when the timing of it.
Had a brain
Yeah,
injury.
it was fixed though. I had a very, very small aneurysm before I joined the military.
A very small aneurysm that he had to have
And a
brain
very small
scans for. Just before he joined the military. Because, I mean, that's...
How do you get
Normal.
accepted into the military after having a brain aneurysm? I'm sorry, that's not possible.
Yeah, your damaged goods. They wouldn't take you.
You can't get in if you've taken an inhaler for asthma, hay fever for 2 years. You have to be clear from that for 2 years. If you've got an issue with your knees, anything like that, they won't accept you. So you've had a brain aneurysm. How?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
That's the reason I couldn't get in the army, because my knees. I had problems with my
Took
knees.
an arrow
and-
to the knee.
Yeah, no way, can't accept you. So, brain
But yeah,
aneurysm.
in the UK,
Just a little one. Got better.
Mm.
What a dumb thing to say. To like blast you and then say, "Yeah, well, I had one." What the hell? Crazy.
Yeah.
And don't forget the time he died.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. Well, let's save that for another one. This is just one clip from one bit of a video. Like one. Oh, yeah. It's not finished yet, still.
NASA fixed it.
NASA did give a big implant, but it wasn't any kind of brain injury that would affect my intelligence. What I'm asking
It wasn't a brain injury that would affect his intelligence.
Then
Whereas
how would he know?
all of these ones now that are going to list are ones that would affect your intelligence.
you have a brain injury, I'm meaning, as a child, were you hit in the head several times with a ballpoint hammer?
Go back over that one, right? This was another genius one. Just listen to what he's asking.
A brain injury, I'm meaning, as a child, were you hit in the head several times with a ballpoint hammer?
Like, what was that?
Ball
A ballpoint hammer.
A
hit
ballpoint
several
hammer.
times
Yeah.
in the head, you'd be dead.
Do you know what a
But
ballpoint hammer is?
A
He's
ball
getting-
peen?
I'm
Yeah,
confused between a pen and a hammer.
Yeah,
yeah,
a ballpoint pen.
yeah. I've heard of a
Point
ballpoint
pen.
pen and a ball
And a
peen
Pain
hammer. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who would do that to a child?
Well, obviously he's thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of the strange things that goes on in these people's minds, like I don't know.
Yeah, it just comes right out of their mouth.
Yeah, he's still not finished.
Or do you remember at any point, did you have your head on the road and did a bus crush your skull? Do you remember that happening?
Craig. You hear them all giggling in the background.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
viewers
yeah.
are morons. They love that crap.
Because it's really funny to make fun of people that may have had an accident and
Yeah. An actual
died
brain. Yeah.
from stuff like this. So yeah, let's make a joke about it.
No, I'm serious. I'm genuinely concerned for you.
Have you got that
Was
little
there a
girly
point where
grin on your face?
was there a
at the
point
minute?
instead of formula, your parents accidentally gave you a tin of lead paint or something? I mean, this
Do
is
you think this is a good look for you, Craig? Do you think this
absolutely. I mean,
good
I'm just trying to
for
get to the bottom of how you're so stupid.
is?
I mean,
the
Bev, as
thinking
I said
level
earlier, you
is
either need
horizontal,
medical
right?
attention, or you just think you're doing some performance here for us. It's performance art or something, and you therefore think you're being terribly clever while pretending to be a moron. You either are a moron or you're
What was
pretending
it
to
that
be
you
a
did?
moron. Either way.
That made you so stupid in the first place. What are they even referring to anything at all? Or they just started it?
It's I think level is horizontal. You know.
Oh,
You know
wow,
what?
that's
You know what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole argument is what they just.
Well, they haven't got an argument, have they, Bev?
That's their argument.
Yeah. This is
If
how they
all they're
stop
coming-
the argument.
Yeah, if all they're coming with is this nonsense, they haven't got an argument.
Yeah.
It's just
That's great.
pathetic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, level is horizontal, and they start. Do you have a head injury? Do you have a brain injury?
With a
That's it.
ballpoint pen, ballpoint
Ball-
hammer, was
ball-
it?
ballpoint hammer.
Ballpoint hammer.
It's obviously practical. Like he's done
I've seen
plenty
it.
of work with all of these.
I see a meme in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, carry on.
Hey,
Here we
it's
go.
not good for you.
I like the performance art version. That's
See, they're all joining in
That's
as
good.
well.
Yeah.
And the trouble is, we know he claims to teach this to his children as well. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's what bugs the crap out of me.
What?
It bugs the crap out of him.
Teaching that level is horizontal is something
Yeah,
wrong
because
with
that's
that,
wrong.
Craig.
Yeah, because that is actually a lie.
Wrong.
Locally, it's locally correct. It's locally correct.
Right, so yeah, like you can hear Craig's sort of setting it up, saying it's wrong, but Rumpus is having to already lead Craig back again. Locally, it's locally correct. To which I say, well, is that a local flat earther? Is everyone a local flat earther then?
The
Right,
level
oh,
has
so-
several meanings.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
the
So
level has
it-
several meanings.
Is
The
it
local
child
level
abuse
changes.
or isn't it child abuse then? What we
Well-
going with?
I'm saying, personally, I believe the things that you teach your child, your autistic child, is
How do
psychological
you-
child abuse.
Like that water is level.
No, you teach your child that level is a horizontal plane, which is not true.
Yes.
And
course
the
it is.
implication of that is that you are teaching your child the earth is flat.
There you go. That's it.
Man, that's bad.
Level is a horizontal plane by implication.
Implication, yeah, meaning the Earth is okay.
You're a flat earther. If you think
Yep.
level is a horizontal plane, then to him, this man, fight flat earth, and all of his fans that he keeps telling, that's you're a flat earther, and if you teach that to your children, you're a child abuser to this man.
Well, we had a few people from Gems over,
Yeah.
and they have agreed that level is a horizontal plane.
To a point, locally, like Rumpus, local, it's local.
Can someone explain what the local bit means? What? Give me a distance. What is local?
How many times has that question been asked?
How do
I
you
still
scale
haven't-
a straight line? You can have a local straight line, but it's always going to be a straight line, right? They don't change. It goes back to the bendy straight lines.
I love how he's a globe defender while he's got this fake globe spinning behind him. The reason why he has a fake globe spinning behind him is there's no real globe to show. The irony is so thick.
Reinforces the model.
Yeah, yeah, constantly.
Yes. If
He
your child asks you,
knows there are mountains and valleys. He's been up.
yeah,
them,
so do
taking
all flat,
pictures.
so do all other flat earthers. But you are implicating to your child that the Earth is not a sphere, that the Earth is not as we know it. You are teaching your child to.
My lad's got a P1000, right? I don't need to tell him anything. He can see it.
Yeah.
Mistrust
You know
authority.
it.
Yeah, he's a. Yeah.
I
You don't have
think
to explain it.
It's easier for them to see what it isn't rather than what it's claimed to be.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. That, you know, there is a claimed curve and it is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, the eye can only see what the mind is prepared to comprehend.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I absolutely
know
do know
it.
it. I 100% know it. Yes, I have done.
Right, here we go. Now this is step, I don't know whether 2 or 3 or whatever. But this is comes straight on the back of it, how he knows. I'll have to back up a little bit there. There we go.
Know it.
I 100% know it. Yes, I have done personal calculations in the military, well, for fuel consumption
calculations.
that only work when we are on a sphere.
Which ones were they?
Many, many.
Which ones though? Go on.
I had to
The
calculate
only
how
work
I had to
when
calculate
you-
how much fuel the diesel engines would use when going from South Africa all the way up to the.
That's just a
top of
distance,
Canada.
right? That's
Yes, but
what's
Canada. South Africa to Canada.
And a diesel
The
powered submarine.
100%. Can I go back and check that? What he says at the beginning. These are his proofs.
and yeah, I absolutely
know
do
it.
I 100% know it. Yes,
See, he 100% knows it. His model.
I have done personal calculations in the military,
He's done-
well, for fuel consumption
calculations.
that only work when we are on a sphere.
right. Which ones were they?
Many, many.
Many.
Which ones though? Go on.
I had to
The
calculate
only
how
work
I had to
when
calculate
you-
how much fuel the diesel engines would use when going from South Africa all the way up to the.
That's just a
top of
distance,
Canada.
right?
Top,
Yes.
top of Canada. South Africa to the top of Canada. the diesel engines when he was in the military. Like, because he got in the military just after he'd had his brain aneurysm, right? Getting his checks to make sure he still doesn't have a brain aneurysm. Doesn't have a brain injury anymore because he's had checks just after he got into the military. And then whilst in the military with this brain aneurysm that he just had, he did calculations that proved the globe to him, because he calculated how much diesel the engines would use. That's diesel engines in a submarine. Which military do you think he got in with his brain aneurysm? And then what do they think they did to him? Yes, Craig, go and sit in the corner over there and do some calculations. What do you want me to do? Well, calculate how much diesel we'll use in our engines for the submarine, Craig. Oh, yeah, okay, Captain. Yes, sir, Captain.
I think that's miles per gallon.
Yeah.
How many mpg do you reckon you get out of a submarine?
It depends how fast they're going, how many revs they're doing, right?
Uh-huh.
Chug, chug, chug. Chug, chug, chug. Like a big tractor engine.
The north of Canada.
Yeah.
Where the hell is the north of Canada?
From South Africa to the north of Canada. Totally like believable, right? I mean, Craig said it. Like these people don't lie. They don't call you for lying for anything you ever say.
What's that got to do with the sphere?
Because the maps that we used were based on a sphere.
Maps were flat, weren't they?
No, they were based on a sphere.
They were curved maps.
The maps are all representations of curves, yes.
They are flat maps, though,
Just
right?
because they're on a flat piece of paper doesn't mean to say they're assuming the surface is not.
Right, can you see where we're going here now, right? Straight into that. I'll let it go, the diesel engines, because obviously much better to do it after with the time, right?
Yeah.
Because now, like, he's got away with that. He's definitely been on a submarine. He's definitely calculated how much diesel the engines use. And that's proof of a globe. It has to be. Because otherwise, I don't know, the diesel engines wouldn't use as much. I don't know. Like, but it's anybody can ask him next time you're in a debate with Fight the Flat Earth. Anyone, just
never debate him.
Ask him. But right, we're going round now. There's a problem emerging for them. Flat maps. All of the maps are flat. We don't get into the Cartesian. Oh, sorry, who's that?
It's Rob.
All right, Rob. You're pretty loud. Let me get.
I can't hear you much at all, Rob. Just a quiet little voice.
Bluetooth headset. It sucks.
I'll turn you up.
Turn me up somehow.
Yeah, but I've got you up as high as
Worst
possible.
headset.
What were you saying?
Just trying to fix my mic here.
He may not recall.
They take geometric. They use flat maps, but make geometric considerations.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen to what we go on with.
Gobbledygook.
Not curved, you twat.
All the calculations.
The surface is a two-dimensional surface, right?
No, the surface.
Right. Well, this came around. At this time, we were just dealing with the Twitter thing, and we'd sussed out. I mean, what we do here is try and find out the questions and the problems that these guys have with their model, and put it to the test. Because I don't think most of the Globers actually realise the problems that the model actually has.
Oh God, no.
We get
they think it works perfectly.
The
Yeah.
2D, 3D geometrical problem. That, I mean, everybody sees it. I mean, they say you can't show us a flat Earth map, and I say all maps are flat, every one of them. There's no curved maps. There's no such thing, because there's a function in Cartesian curvature that says that a sphere is an undevelopable surface. Getting better at saying that. Which means it can't be laid out on a flat surface without distorting. So it's impossible for them to have their model and a 2D surface. But well, anyway, listen to this, because I think Rumpus knows the problems. He's actually seen a bit of the problem that we had on Twitter, whereas well, let's see. We'll see if everyone can get it.
The sphere is definitely not two-dimensional. You're wrong.
Sorry?
The surface of a sphere is not two-dimensional. The surface of a sphere is it's a two-dimensional shape embedded in a three-dimensional plane. The surface of a sphere is not 2D. You're wrong.
It's definitely not 2D.
No, the surface of a sphere
is
is definitely not 2D.
Yeah, see, Craig's taking the realistic view, right? He knows realistically that the surface of a sphere isn't 2D. Can't be. It's a three-dimensional thing.
Yeah, George just the other day was confirming with me that the surface of a sphere is two-dimensional.
Well, no, it's the like. There's a reality problem and then a geometric problem that they have. They're like the model. The model dictates one thing, but reality dictates another. So, and this is the problem, because Fight the Flat Earth's coming at it with the 3D, but Rumpus knows. Rumpus knows the problem for the model. Craig hasn't thought that far yet, because he's not that bright. Craig's just taking it.
Geometry is 2D. Their model is something else, I guess. But it doesn't work out.
Yeah, Fight the Flat Earth doesn't know what he's talking about. So listen to Rumpus.
You've upset a few of your mates there, and I'm not so sure how well that's going to go down.
Only if you're speaking within the confines of spherical geometry, Bev, which he's not speaking of.
Have you seen it
now.
there, then? Have you seen it on Twitter?
Have I seen
Have I seen it?
Yeah. I'm doing a questionnaire.
Seen it, not seen it.
Yeah.
Seen it. I don't know what you've seen though. I don't know what he's claiming you've seen.
I'm doing it. There's a question running on Twitter. Is the surface of a
I'm only
sphere
just back on Twitter.
two-dimensional or three-dimensional? It's quite easy, simple question.
Yeah, and I said within the confines of perfectly of strict spherical geometry, it is two-dimensional. But we're
Go. McToon's saying, within the confines of spherical geometry, it is two-dimensional.
Right.
But a sphere is an undevelopable surface, so it's a bit tricky, right? There's got to be a conflict going on here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
Two-dimensional surface is length times breadth. Right? That's a planar surface. A two-dimensional surface, and a sphere obviously isn't that. Well, here we go.
not
Right,
speaking
so-
on that.
So how? But Craig's just said it isn't. Definitely isn't. So
Yeah, and he-
what do
not
you think
talking
the
about-
results would be, Craig?
I don't care what
like
the results
a
would be.
percentage result. You go
It's
3D
irrelevant.
though, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because the
MC2, I
surface
think it'd
of
be
the
more
sphere
correct to
is
say you can only
3D.
move in certain parts of it, but it is actually three-dimensional,
Right.
but you can only move along the surface,
So-
therefore...
Can I?
So what would you think if 66% of the people thought it was 2D, Craig? What do you
Then
think? There's a load of
66
flat earthers.
No,
Right, so already Craig now is 3D. He says 3D, and he's just found out that 66% of the people that took the survey, I think there was about 100 people took the survey on, 66% thought that the surface of a sphere is two-dimensional. I mean, could anyone imagine why somebody would think something like that? I mean, why would anyone possibly think that the surface of a sphere is 2D?
Spherical geometry?
It's because I've screwed them over. I've done their heads in. They don't know which way they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And the model that they have got comes from flat maps. It comes as two-dimensional. Everything works is two-dimensional. They just imagine a curve. It's just not possible. Gets better because they have to fight it.
People can be wrong and not be a flat earther. It's when you
or misunderstand the question.
Yeah.
Oh, so but
it's when
right
you have
saying
willful
3D,
ignorance, right? No, Bev. Right.
You're
Listen.
right saying 3D.
Bev, shut up. Listen. If someone said something that was wrong, right, and you corrected them, they have now learned, right?
Right. So Fight the Flat Earth is the guy that says it's 3D, and he thinks he's just going to be able to walk up to those 66% of people that said it was 2D and tell them that they were wrong. He's going to correct them. They'll not correct him. He's obviously correct. It's Fight the Flat Earth.
Yeah.
This is 3D.
No doubt about it.
He doesn't know that, like, he's on the side of us realists, the people that know that a surface of a sphere is actually 3D. It's a physical object. Can't be two-dimensional. But hey, Fight the Flat Earth. Rumpus is going to tell him in a minute.
Are saying something that is wrong, and despite all of the evidence, you are still saying that you are right, then that is willful ignorance and likely a flat earther.
Says Fight the Flat Earth.
Yeah.
He's in conflict with Rumpus, and
I love the fact that Bev is contradicting surveying manuals, and he claims to have a certificate in some sort of surveying. I find that particularly amusing.
Rumpus.
Worst surveyor
Yeah,
ever.
I've got quite a few qualifications in surveying.
No, you
Did you
don't.
read your surveying books, Bev?
What?
You read any?
Yeah, of course I did. I
got an A.
Excellent.
No, you didn't.
So you ought to try agreeing with them then, shouldn't
No,
you?
you didn't. I'm straight
I
up
don't.
bullshit.
See, now Fight the Flat Earth has just said that somebody, if they don't change their mind in front of the proof, is willful ignorance. He's just saying that I haven't got any qualifications in surveying. When he's seen them. He's seen them. That first debate that we had on 24/7.
Yeah. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's Rumpus.
Yeah. Just say, no, you don't. Even when you show them blatant evidence, they ask for something, you show it them, they say, no, that's not real.
Yeah, you can never satisfy them.
Yeah.
You've never got an A in your
our
life.
first debate, when you said straight lines bend, I showed you it.
Straight lines do curve.
It's Craig. Come on. We've gone way past that. Even Rumpus doesn't have straight lines bending.
No, I'm not saying bending, I'm saying curving.
Straight lines are straight. Come on, Craig. You can't.
Look at these
Surface of
memes
the
he
sphere.
has on there. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so homoerotic. Every single one of them.
Yeah, there's something going on there, isn't there? Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Line will curve.
Yeah, so they're called
that's
geodesics,
curve
then,
line.
Craig. They're called
Yeah.
geodesics, then, Craig.
It's not a straight line, is it?
I mean, just read the book.
See, Craig saying straight lines curve, not bend, curve. There's a difference. But Rumpus says the geodesic. So Rumpus, me and Rumpus have had the straight lines are straight, aren't they, Rumpus? And Rumpus has to agree. So, you know, like all of these people at the top level, I call it top level, they all disagree with each other. They don't know which they never go to a meeting to go and sort it out. It's just what they all believe to themselves. It's just all completely made up of their own accord. Like everyone just makes everything up. And he's like when straight lines become curves. Genius.
But that's straight lines
He
become
found it in his
curves.
cupboard.
They stop being straight lines to become something else.
Yeah, they're a geodesic, but it's still on a
Yeah, so
surface
it's
of a
not
sphere.
a straight line, is it, Craig?
Right,
If
do me a
it
favour.
stops being a straight line to
do me a
become
favour,
something
Bev.
else,
Do me a favour, Bev.
no longer
Bev, do me a favour.
straight line,
Take
Craig,
a pen.
is it?
Do me a favour. Take a pen and draw a straight line on a sphere.
A sphere is a 3-dimensional surface, Craig.
Yeah,
not
do me a favour.
2-dimensional.
Take a pen and draw a straight line on a sphere.
It's a curved surface, Craig.
So what happens if you draw a straight line?
Yeah, that's
on
good
a sphere?
right there, man.
You can't.
I like that.
Yeah, you can't, can you? You know, so he's you can't draw a straight line on a curved surface, and the reason you can't do it is because it's not 2-dimensional.
Right, they look at it from one direction and go, "That's a straight line." No, it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe you should play that back right there. That one little.
Is a 3-dimensional surface, Craig.
Yeah,
not
do me a favour.
2-dimensional.
Take a pen and draw a straight line on a sphere.
It's a curved surface, Craig.
So what happens if you draw a straight line on a sphere?
You can't draw a straight line on a sphere because
it's going to look straight
it
for you, isn't it?
curves constantly at every point. That's what a sphere
There are
is.
ways,
Craig,
there are ways of mapping a surface to a sphere where you can draw on the mapping surface, which we do things like call it in UV coordinates, and then those are transformed into a 3D thing. So in fact, you can, with a transform, effectively move around in 2D, but then when you're transformed into the real world, you're in 3D. I mean, I don't suppose you understand what a transform is and how you can transform between.
Right, you can't transform. It's a non-developable surface of a sphere. Look it up. Cartesian curvature.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. They can't do this. What they're talking about, they're just lying to anybody believes anything that these people say.
That's right.
You cannot have a spherical plane, a 2-dimensional sphere. It's ridiculous. Absolutely stupid, but hey.
Coordinate systems. I don't suppose you understand any of that.
No, he struggles to tie his own shoelaces.
In reality, Rumpus, you can't transform to something else, can you?
Really? Tell me what a transformer does.
Tell us what a transformer does.
Yeah. The toy defense.
Yeah.
That's what a child does.
Yeah.
My toy transforms
into a car to a plane, a robot.
They're more than meets the eye.
That's a film, Craig, right?
No. A transformer in electronics. What does a transformer do?
What's it transform electric into? Anything other than electric? No?
Oh, well, he's talking about mathematical
transforms. Does it bend straight lines?
No. You just said you can't transform from one thing to another. So tell me what
Rumpus was talking about transforming straight lines into curves.
Yeah,
you mong.
You can with maths. Yes. Absolutely. You just apply a transformation algorithm.
In reality,
so in other words,
bend
you
a
could
straight
move around
line.
on a flat map.
In
you could
reality,
have a representation. Beth, you could have a representation on a flat, 2-dimensional UV surface, and then have that straight line drawn, and then it would be transformed
2D
into a
surface,
curved line.
a flat surface, like a plane.
Yes, it is. Exactly.
Right,
you can do that. You can have a 2D representation.
So a 2D surface.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Yes, so you have what's called a UV coordinate system with just two coordinates.
Anyone ever heard of that UV coordinate system?
Ultraviolet.
An ultraviolet coordinate system?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know. Never heard of that.
No.
Coordinates, and basically what MC Toon was sort of implying, and then you could draw all over that, and then you can map that onto the 3D surface. So you can move around on the surface of the Earth by just drawing in 2D and then have it mapped as a last-minute transform onto the 3D surface to give you where you actually want. And that's the point that MC Toon, I think, was basically saying. You've only...
He keeps calling him MC. It's McToons. Right, it's not.
He's not a rapper.
He's of Scottish heritage, I think. He's definitely not a rapper or whatever.
Got the ability to move around in 2D, but you can then map it into 3D using a transform.
We've got a question.
You're all safe in each other.
We've got a question from the audience. You see what's on screen on VMX?
Yeah, this is brilliant. This is one of the Twitter trolls.
How many perpendiculars are in this photo?
I don't know. I can't measure them because I wouldn't know whether they're perpendicular or not, would I?
That's right.
Oh my god.
Oh god. See, he dodges it.
Just
What do you mean, oh my god?
fuck.
You could
How
say.
do you
we're
know
trying to
that
say-
they're
they were
perpendicular?
saying that we're for the sake of for the sake of this argument, it's clear that Craig's suggesting those things are 90 degrees of one another.
Yeah, just saying that they are perpendicular. Like, yeah, Craig's
Yeah.
suggesting that they are, so therefore they should be. You should answer as such.
If you said there were whatever amount of right angles, they'll say, well, did you measure
How,
those?
yeah,
How
how
do
did
you know?
you check? Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, he hasn't got out a bloody
Like a
protractor check.
Cartesian coordinate system.
Yes, that's what he's implying. And you knew either you're stupid, and you didn't
Why-
realise that,
why
or
didn't
well,
you show
now
me
that you
a
do, suggest to me.
Cartesian
You see, you deliberately
coordinate
contradict. You see, you're deliberately
X, Y,
contrarian
Z.
here. Every time someone says something to you, you try and find some irritating little twatish comment to make instead of getting on with the argument because you're a little twat. You knew what he meant. Even you're not that stupid. You knew that he said.
You see, Rumpus knows that he's lost the argument at these points. When Rumpus does this, he knows he's lost it, and this is his only defence.
Yeah, he's an actor. He's really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he works. The Rumpus name is exactly what he does. I mean, it's like these people don't lie.
No, he's the Rumpus. That's what he does. That's his character.
Oh, he is.
The
that stupid.
implication was that those things were at 90 degrees to one. You knew that's what he was implying.
The
You knew that was what
implication was,
intended.
well,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's ask the chat. Guys, number 1 for Poe, number 2 for dumbest person on Earth. Spherical Earth.
Yeah. Survey the morons.
MC Toon, do you still? He must be irritating you. Even you.
MC Tune,
He
yeah.
must be irritating you.
well,
even you.
Tunes.
He is. Anybody on the fence listening would say, "Dear God."
Fat tranny.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the end of it?
Shills, yeah.
Okay.
Shills just typed in fat tranny.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
So, yeah, the problem of the 2D, 3D exposed in that one. But that was mainly just to expose his brain injury, just sort of vile, horrible, like, I don't know, just the way you use people like that, like the way he uses people without thinking about things with the brain injury, but then follows it up with, I got in the military just after having a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
Which I think
ridiculous.
is a little bit too much. And then saying that calculating diesel whilst he was in the military. I have to say, I think he's fake. I don't think he's ever been in the military.
No,
myself, I
that
don't-
photograph does not look like him to me. I'm really good at recognizing faces. I don't see a resemblance to Fight the Tight Shirt in that photograph. I don't know. Maybe he's lying.
Yeah, they're known for doing a lot of lying, aren't they? Yeah, they're known for doing a lot of lying all the time, really. So I've got another video. Are you all right to go for a bit?
Audio's cutting out. I'm not sure why.
My audio.
Yeah, your audio, yeah, you're
Okay,
clipping.
let me go out. Better?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it should be.
Yep. Okay, let's get the screen back on. For you guys. Let me find
Yeah,
this
all good.
video.
How we doing on time?
It's 9:45.
Got nothing but time.
Yeah, man.
Right, now this is a bit that I heard. I will go over my videos every now and again. Oh, let me put this back on. And this is a bit of, it was my birthday actually, and we went over back in the days, the good old days when we were all over at Jose's, bashing them with the level. So me and Dave are over there, and it's my birthday, and again this 2D 3D conundrum came up for them. And I personally enjoy this. It takes quite a while for you to get the ballers into this argument, but when you do, there's a really nice sort of
sweet spot.
Yeah, because at the bottom of this, what happens is they call you flat earthers, and like unjustly or whatever, you know, like me, I say the mountains and valleys, so it's a misnomer to use the flat earth because it's a misdirection. It's how they always play these games. So they have you looking at flat earth whilst you know that the earth isn't flat because there's mountains and valleys, whereas the bit that is actually a horizontal plane is the water. Right, that water bit is a horizontal plane, and that is flat. But that's not the earth. I call that the water. The earth is the land.
The earth is the land.
So the 2D, 3D thing it's a misnomer. But when you get down to the geometry, if you take the realistic view of a sphere and it being 3D. Then the ballers have to, deep down in the geometry argument, have to take on the position that they live on the two-dimensional surface of a sphere. So, strangely enough, they're the actual flat earthers. They always end up being... you can flip this on them. Just have a little bit of confidence within the geometry to know... your own model, like the realistic geometry, the Euclidean geometry, and then find out the ridiculousness of the spherical geometry that just doesn't work. The bowlers don't understand it yet. They will do eventually once we keep going over this, but they're running from this argument. So I don't know how long this might be to get into it.
I'm not in a rush. I didn't know if you had a time limit right now.
No, we can keep an eye out on the UFC for when that gets going. But this is mainly me and Dave Rakia in here, and they're arguing again. Hopefully, if I get it right, let's see. Oh, that's what a level is, right? The level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
So you're saying that the top of that sphere is horizontal?
No. I'm saying the level that is on top of that sphere is horizontal.
Yeah. You just said it establishes a horizontal plane.
Yeah, the tool. It doesn't make what's underneath it magically horizontal. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Obviously, that ball is not.
It's not horizontal?
The tool is level.
Wait, how is the ball...
Just come back to this bit if you look in the picture. We've been going over this. Erebus. He got a level, and like he took a really close-up picture of this.
Started talking about Rocky, and he showed up over here in my chat.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it started. It showed that level, but it's sideways for starters, and it's on top of a glass bowl. So they were trying to say that the level being on top of this bowl makes the bowl therefore become level.
I love that. That's so cool.
So yeah, it becomes hard for us to explain to them. You understand that, right?
I didn't mention water.
What did you mention then?
That you said.
Yep.
That the earth underneath the level.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with level being level.
Yeah, that's dead right. The level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane. It matters not what is underneath it. The level will still establish a horizontal, right?
So you're saying that's
so what
sphere with horizontal.
That's what a level is, right? The level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
So you're saying that the top of that sphere is horizontal?
No, I'm saying the level.
That sphere. And he's trying to tie that in. He's not ever going to do it. Yeah. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, so you're saying the top of that sphere is level? Like, no, he's just got a level on top of it.
Yeah, you got a presupposed sphere. I've got a horizontal plane of reference.
Yeah.
We have two different things.
It's glitch.
Who was that? Is that Expo? You're real low. I gotta turn you up. Say something.
Glitch.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something
funny.
These guys are gonna get on it in a minute, I think.
That is on top of that sphere is horizontal.
You just said it establishes a horizontal plane.
Yeah, the tool. It doesn't make what's underneath it magically horizontal. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Obviously, that ball is not.
Is not horizontal?
The tool is level.
Wait, how is the ball not horizontal? I'm curious.
Because it's a ball.
It's also three-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, right?
Yeah.
He says three-dimensional, and that's my chance, right? Says the ball's three-dimensional, and I'm like, get ya! Here we go!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, of course it is.
Last time I checked, that required...
Do you think the surface of the ball is three-dimensional as well?
Now, you can always check how clever these are, whether they've heard this argument before or not.
Yeah, he stepped in it right
By
there.
you asking them that, the surface.
That's three axes.
Yeah, you think the surface of that ball, is it three dimensions?
Hold on. Is it not?
He's not going to answer.
Is the ball itself not three-dimensional?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it looks it, doesn't it? As far as I can see, yeah, it is. It looks like three-dimensional to me.
Okay, what
Would the surface of the ball be three-dimensional as well?
I'm sorry. What are the... It's a three-dimensional object, is it not?
He won't answer.
Come on, I think we can move past that. Length, breadth, and thickness.
What are the components required? What are the components required for a three-dimensional object?
Length, breadth, thickness.
Okay.
Again, twice.
So it has length, width, and thickness, correct?
Well, I think that's what I just said, but I mean, do you need me to repeat it again?
Three times.
Which one of those establishes horizontal?
Sorry?
Which one of those establishes horizontal?
It'd be.
Have you heard them? They're just trying to throw confusion, right? This is obfuscation, right?
Yeah.
Pure.
Which of the three dimensions of a spherical
ball
solid object
establishes
is a
horizontal?
Yeah, it's not even the same thing.
And it's just like Dr. Tony saying, what's your highest degree of education? Or are you the top 30 intellect in the world? Stuff like that. It's just
throwing shit out there.
Problem with this, though.
I gotcha. To whatever your intellect.
Problem with this is it's horizontal. He's dealing with geometry, so there is an answer. There's a very definite answer.
Yeah, you're gonna drag him down that road too. I can tell. There's nowhere
on
to
an
go.
axis, wouldn't it? It would be the horizontal. It would be one of your frames of reference for establishing measurements from.
I'm sorry. Which one of those establishes horizontal?
I don't know. Are you using three-dimensional coordinates system? Do you want to like Cartesian? It would be the x and y, wouldn't it? On a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system.
Sure, why not?
So
X and Y, everybody knows the graph system, X and Y, and one of them would be horizontal, one of them would be vertical. But once you enter the Cartesian coordinate system, you throw in Z. Well, Z is the easiest way to think about it is the Z is the zenith. It's above your head. So that's your vertical, the Z. So that means X and Y gets laid down on the floor. Like X would be imagined as being forwards and backwards, and Y would be strafing from left to right in the coordinate system. So horizontal within the three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system is both the X and the Y, because they're on the plane. That's the plane surface that you're talking about, and the Z is just the lift, the different in the elevation, right? So I got him with that one. It'd probably be length and breadth, right? A plane.
Would it?
Yeah. Well, that's what would like a plane surface would be classed as length times breadth, right? 2D.
Okay. So if it's 2D, all right, once again, well, then there's your question. The surface of the sphere, what dimensions does it have?
Oh, he's so
3D.
lost already.
You want to put that back again? Do you want to hear that as a full bit? Like, I'll just play it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you're saying you're now claiming that the surface itself, the Earth you're standing on, has no bearing on the level. Is that correct?
Well, the actual surface, the topography or the hypsometry, right, above sea level, right, that does all sorts of things. It goes up and down. That's what the surveyors measure.
Are you backtracking?
No, I'm answering your question.
Yeah, you said a statement. I asked you if that was what the statement that you made.
I said the surface of the water, right, makes no difference of what shape it is underneath. Just to clarify what I was saying, right, you understand that, right?
I didn't mention water.
What did you mention then?
Go back a bit quick. Too far.
That you said,
yep,
with the Earth underneath the level, has nothing to do with level being level.
Yeah, that's dead right. The level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane. It matters not what is underneath it. The level will still establish a horizontal, right?
So you're saying that's
so what
sphere with horizontal.
That's what a level is, right? The level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
So you're saying that the top of that sphere is horizontal.
No, I'm saying the level that is on top of that sphere is horizontal.
You just said it establishes a horizontal plane.
Yeah, the tool. It doesn't make what's underneath it magically horizontal. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Obviously, that ball is not.
Is not horizontal?
The tool is level.
Wait, how is the ball not horizontal? I'm curious.
Because it's a ball.
It's also three-dimensional.
Yeah, of course it is.
Last time I checked, that requires...
Do you think the surface of the ball is three-dimensional as well?
That's three axes.
Yeah, you think the surface of that ball, is it three dimensions?
Hold on. Is it not?
He's not going to answer.
Is the ball itself not three-dimensional?
I love that.
I don't know. Yeah, it looks it, doesn't it? As far as I can see, yeah, it is. It looks like three-dimensional to me.
Okay, would
the surface of the ball be three-dimensional as well?
I'm sorry. What are the... It's a three-dimensional object, is it not?
Yeah, come on. I think we can move past that. Length, breadth, and thickness.
What are the components required for a three-dimensional object?
Length,
like you fucking
breadth, thickness.
Yeah.
Okay.
He already answered.
So it has length, width, and thickness, correct?
Well, I think that's what I just said, but I mean, do you need me to repeat it again?
Okay. Which one of those establishes horizontal?
Sorry?
Which one of those establishes horizontal?
It would be on an axis, wouldn't it? It would be the horizontal. It would be one of your frames of reference for establishing measurements from.
I'm sorry. Which one of those establishes horizontal?
I don't know. Are you using three-dimensional coordinates system? Do you want to like Cartesian? It would be the X and Y, wouldn't it, on a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system?
Sure, why not?
So it'd probably be length and breadth, right? A plane.
Would it?
Yeah. Well, that's what would like a plane surface would be classed as length times breadth, right? 2D.
Okay, so if it's 2D, all right, once again, well then there's the question.
Brain
He's trying to bend it.
The sphere,
Can't do it.
what dimensions does it have?
It's 3D. It's three-dimensional. You just said that earlier, right?
Oh no, I asked if it was 3D.
Yeah. Well, you don't think the surface of that sphere is two-dimensional, do you?
Don't think he's going to answer that, Beth. From what I've heard, he's not.
Leading
No, I know.
objection, leading.
Yeah, because
Do you think? No. Do you think it's?
He asked you a direct question, Erebus,
I got that part.
and you
It's
didn't
one
answer.
continuous
We got
surface.
that part. You didn't answer again.
It's one continuous surface, so
Is that three-dimensional?
that would be two-dimensional.
Oh, really?
Whoa, there we go.
Well, it seems to curve away from that level, though. Then the level would be a two-dimensional surface, right? A horizontal plane would be 2 dimensions, and that seems to curve away from it. So it seems to be
Why are you
missing
why
one
are
of the
you-
dimensions, or have an extra one to make it curve away.
Maybe you'd like to change.
Why
your
would
answer.
that have any fact? No. How would that have any factor when you're just talking about the surfaces?
Because you're talking about a horizontal plane, which is 2-dimensional, and the surface of
you
a
said it was
ball, which is
2-dimensional.
3-dimensional. It's got an extra dimension.
Wait, you're saying that when the Earth itself is only 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
He doesn't know what to say now.
The Earth itself, like you're gonna say, the Earth itself, his concept of a ball. You're gonna answer that for him. How stupid!
It's like you can't see. He's just shown us his description of a level on top of a ball.
Yeah,
The level wasn't. It was only touching the ball at one point.
yeah.
This the whole problem that they're in, like the 2D, 3D, straight line, curve line. It's all the same thing to these people. It's an imagined curve that it just isn't there.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm saying a horizontal plane is 2-dimensional, right?
I think he's crying out for help now. People can start hearing it,
Yeah.
right?
Help me. Help me.
Yeah, they're in Jose's. It's like, how do we help him? How?
Yeah, start ad hominem. Do something.
Is it, man? Is the Earth 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
A horizontal plane is 2-dimensional, right?
Is the Earth
Do you think?
2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
Yeah. Do you think the surface of a sphere is 2 dimensions or 3? Erebus. I think the surface of a sphere is 3 dimensions, right?
Right now, see that tactic there?
Yeah.
You come out with something, right? Now you're the flat earther in their minds, right? They cannot take your position. Even when you say something as simple as, I think the surface of a sphere is 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's 3-dimensional, but you're considered to be a flat earther. You can't be right. They have to take the opposite.
Yeah. You could dance all around the room and say everything that's accurate and real, but they have to defend their position always. They have to think about, what am I saying? How do I answer this? Yeah, it's great.
Something so simple as well. Something so simple and so basic and so logical to everyone. Even these ballers, they've got to, the other people listening to him in this room thinking, he's going to have to say that the surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional. That just doesn't fit logically, but hey, that's what the model dictates. Off we go.
As you've just demonstrated by putting a level on top of it.
Thank you for that.
So wait, you're saying it's 3-dimensional. The surface is 3-dimensional.
The sphere is 3-dimensional, right?
I'm sorry, we were talking about the surface. You asked me if the surface of the sphere was 3-dimensional.
Yeah, the surface bounds the solid, right?
Say, good old Euclid.
Yeah.
The surface bounds the solid.
sorry. After going into trying to sit there and talk about how it's two-dimensional, that was your point.
No, I said a horizontal plane is two-dimensional because that's the mathematical description of a plane, right? 2 dimensions.
Is the Earth two-dimensional or three-dimensional?
Well, it's obviously 3-dimensional, right? There's topography.
Okay. No, stop.
Yes, topography, hypsometry, right?
That's topography going up. What about and a little bit going down? But the whole Earth, the entirety.
Bathymetry, right? Is down below the surface of the water. Bathymetry.
It's trying to get you to say it's a globe.
I didn't say anything about.
Yeah. Yeah, I am not having none of it though. I can just deal in reality. I don't need to enter this globe world and globe lie or whatever. I just stick with reality. It's all easy.
Water, but that's fine.
Well, that's what they do. The hypsometry is above the surface of the water, and bathymetry is below the surface of the water. It's the geometry of the land above and below.
But I'm just curious. The whole of the Earth, not just the surface of it. The whole of the Earth, is it three-dimensional?
Well, the land it goes ups and downs. There's mountains and valleys,
you're
right?
Ignoring my question.
That's definitely 3-dimensional.
Yes, he is.
And even in the water, you can go up and down. So yeah, that's 3-dimensional as well.
Again, you're trying to. I asked, is the whole of the Earth three-dimensional?
The whole, it is 3-dimensional, right? You live in a 3-dimensional world. We all live in a 3-dimensional world.
So you agree that the Earth is not two-dimensional?
Yeah. The surface of a sphere and life all around us is definitely 3 dimensions. All of that stuff.
Can you tell me what that is? From the surface of the sphere, what is that third dimension?
You need to
Sorry?
clicked somehow.
The sphere has length, breadth, and thickness. It's a 3-dimensional object.
The surface.
It bounds the solid, right? Yeah. The surface is the outer extremities of the solid of a sphere, right?
So where is that third dimension?
It's like when you look at it, right? Can you not tell when you look at a sphere, right? It's 3 dimensions, right? You're not looking at a 2-dimensional surface, are you? You're looking at a 3-dimensional object.
Maybe put your ball back up there.
How is it not a 2-dimensional surface?
How is it not? Because you just look at it. I mean, like, loads of everybody. Just look at the surface of a ball. Everybody. Now, is it 2 dimensions or is it 3?
I love it.
Everybody look at your balls.
Get the balls out.
Why would it be 3? What is that third dimension? You keep saying it's
like a depth, isn't it?
You said it was 3 dimensions.
I said the sphere is 3-dimensional. We're talking about the surface of the sphere.
So what do you think the surface of a sphere is? 3 or 2 dimensions?
2 dimensions.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Do you think you live on a sphere?
Hold on. You still haven't established that third.
The next thing is, if you think you live on a sphere, then the bit that you think you live on, the surface, is 2-dimensional. You can hear it coming. At least the intelligent ones can.
Dimension.
Because
I'm waiting on the third dimension.
If you think you live on a sphere and the surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional, would that make you a 2-dimensional earther?
I'm sorry.
Erebus.
I'm asking you about that glass sphere.
You're not doing very well, sir.
If you draw something on the surface, that will be 2 dimensions. But if you're standing on the surface, that'd be 3 dimensions.
Oh,
all right.
Wow, people.
People.
B-ball,
it's 2 the actual surface is 2-dimensional, but if you're standing on it, then
what?
Yeah, you're the 3-dimensional thing.
Handstand?
Yeah, you're doing a handstand on a 2-dimensional surface. Hey, welcome to reality. I think that, you've got to get on board with this, right? The spherical geometry is the geometry of the two-dimensional surface of a sphere. So even the geometry says it's a two-dimensional surface. Forgets the fact that Cartesian curvature says that the surface of a sphere is a non-developable surface, which means it can't be developed onto a two-dimensional surface without distortion. But you have geometry on it anyway. And also, to go with that, the longitude and latitude coordinate system that they have is also a two-dimensional coordinate system, which 2D is, everybody knows, it's a flat plane. That's a plane surface. It's only got two dimensions. Them two dimensions are length and breadth. That's a geometrical term.
Can you say that one more time, that one part? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rocky.
What if you're standing on a flat plane? How many dimensions has it been?
The flat plane would still just be a two-dimensional surface. You being the other dimension, which would go back to the other one, is the Z coordinate, right? That's the third dimension. It's just the XYZ coordinate system, which you've probably heard of.
Can you say that one part one more time? The surface of a sphere is an undevelopable surface because it is.
You want me to screw that word up, do you?
No.
The surface of a sphere.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, I like the way you said it. The surface of a sphere.
The surface of a sphere is an undevelopable surface, which means that it cannot be developed onto a two-dimensional plane without distortion. That's what developable surface is. That would be something like a cylinder or a cone.
Yeah.
Right. You can unfold them and lay them down flat and show that, you know, it would be the same surface. Same surface developed onto a two-dimensional plane.
Yeah. I heard you and I understand. I just wanted to make sure that everybody else heard and understood that. I think that's a
sphere
big thing.
is a very strange sort of object in the geometrical terms. Because it it's, well, I guess fantastical, right? It must have proper stood apart when they were trying to deal with shapes and objects.
Yeah, it's a bitch to work with in reality. Ask anyone who makes balls, like basketballs and things like that. You know, it's a real pain in the ass to try to make that work, right? You know, baseballs. Look at all the different ways they try to make spherical objects like that. It's not easy to work with.
Yeah.
A lot of different patterns are made trying to make that work. But that's cool.
Are you ready to carry on for a bit? I'm not so sure how much longer there is because the room is sort of feeling at the minute. Me and Dave are laughing at each other. We're having a good time. It's my birthday.
Yeah, you guys know where the conversation's going.
Yeah, they're gonna have to stop it sooner or later. So nice one.
No.
Horizontal. B-ball's got a horizontal level. We established that the other day.
So we tried to get B-ball on it. It was just give the other guys a chance. I mean, I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
We're gonna keep spinning around. So B-ball, do you want to get in there?
Tag him out.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
He damned it.
Yeah, what did you want to say?
I'm just here to listen to Dad say level and horizontal. Count how many times
I was here.
I think. I don't know, he's still in here, Dave. I remember laughing at this because I think the day before B-Ball had been in here and we absolutely slaughtered him. I think
B-Ball.
Possibly his missus had just done the that one, possibly just the night before, maybe.
The third act was supposed to be Flat Earth Presents, and we asking questions to
This
Flat
is
Earth.
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
This is almost proven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Erebus just sort of say that you guys think you live on a two? I mean, do you agree with him? Like, do you think you live on a two-dimensional surface of a sphere?
No, I was gonna ask the question.
It's weird, isn't it?
These big boats that we see disappearing from the bottom up on the distance on a very clear day.
Jose's like a little
that
boats.
was a very good. Yeah, we'll just change topic. We'll just talk about boats now.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer the 2D question. Let's go to the big boats that are disappearing. I think B-ball's coming in. This might be the end of it.
The surface of a sphere is made of multiple lines of one-dimensional circular lines.
One dimension. Yeah, it gets better.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Let's see what happens.
That was fast.
You lost another D.
It can be three more. It can be three
Yeah.
or more dimensions.
1D.
Dropping D's all over the place. And we have had this discussion before. It's like you can imagine 2 dimensions, right? Because that's a plane. And a 3 dimensions is quite easy to understand as well.
Yeah.
Do your best for 1D, will you?
Well, it's a singular point. It's without any magnitude. It's yeah.
No, that's a nothing. That's a point is a nothing. That doesn't have
Yeah.
any dimensions. That's 0 dimension. That's quite easy to describe that. It's like it's nothing. It's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And 2-dimensional is a flat plane, but 1-dimensional? Have a go. It's like that's even harder for me to even comprehend, right? One dimension is a freak show. That's as crazy as 4.
Yeah, the 4th dimension, time.
Well, you can't do time. You know, like that's a trick. The 4th dimension, as is 1 dimension. Although, like, 1 dimension is literally what they call a line, is length without breadth. It's a line within geometry. Like I can't comprehend it. It sort of shows that it exists in a nowhere place. I'll just finish this. This can't be going on. I think he's gone on.
It's not 2D.
Two-dimensional solid object
shit.
is by definition two-dimensional. However, it is not.
The surface, right?
If you're looking at a piece of paper is what?
You're asking us.
I'm asking you. Piece of paper. If you're drawing someone on a piece of paper, is that what?
I
2-dimensional?
want to
or
air this
3-dimensional?
back.
Let's just do a mathematical plane, right? The plane
Why are you afraid of answering a simple question? What's the paper? Say whatever it is.
Well, I don't know. Like, is it rolled up?
You're afraid. You think it's a catch question.
Is it shaped like a ball?
A piece of paper. Is it 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
I don't know. Is it? Have you scrunched it up? What have you done with it? Let's have a look. Show us a picture.
Why asking questions as an answer all the time? I think why?
Because
they're you know that they're always trying to do tricks, right? You know, like they don't like to be straightforward, and then they like to imagine what they think you've said because they've tricked you some way, and all you've got to do is be thorough with them, and then they have a go at for you for clarifying what they're talking about. They always do it.
Hey, Zach, I get your water.
It's very, very vague, isn't it? A piece of paper.
A piece of paper. When you're drawing a freaking smiley face on a piece of paper, is that 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
Is it on a
That's a
plane?
pretty simple question.
Yeah.
No, you can't ask me.
If it's on a plane, it's 2 dimensions, right? Length times breadth. They're the 2 dimensions.
I'm sorry, say again?
They seem kind of weak.
Length times breadth are the 2 dimensions you're talking about, right?
No.
No.
If I'm drawing a smiley face on a piece of paper,
yeah.
If I'm drawing a smiley face on a piece of paper, is that 2-dimensional or is it 3-dimensional?
Yeah, if you're talking about length times breadth, like a piece of paper on a plane, then that is 2 dimensions. If there is any deviance from that plane, then it is not. It will be 3 dimensions.
Okay. So a piece of paper would be 2 dimensions, right? And if now if I'm standing on that piece of paper, that'd be 3 dimensions, right?
You're standing on the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be 3 dimensions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They like standing on stuff, don't they?
Just imagine that piece of paper, yeah. Then just stand on it. Imagine me standing on it. Standing on your piece of paper. I don't know. Can you imagine where he's going with this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going anywhere with it. I can't remember, but I think
he's trying to understand.
Yeah.
Now, I got something to show you real quick. I just got a quick question.
It's gotta go.
Gotta get out of here.
Moderator.
Yeah. That's it. Like, imagine a piece of paper.
Moderator.
That's 2D and you're standing on it. That's all I wanted to say.
B-Ball just came in there to save Erebus. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Now that I listen back to it, Erebus got saved.
Yeah.
He was in crunch time, right? We were laughing at him the whole time.
That was one of the best times it was my birthday. And we just, back in the good old days where Jose let us go up in there and have fun.
I was laughing so much off of mute. Like, I was on mute just rolling. I love hearing Erebus squirm. That dude deserves everything he gets.
Yeah, B-Ball did a shit job of saving him, though, man. He may have taken the heat off of him, but, yeah, he didn't fare any better.
That's because B-Ball's retarded.
He's close to it, man. That dude's something. Erebus is there for a reason. He often comes in and just says a lot of stuff and really has nothing to say, too. Like, it's weird. Even his own group are like, okay, Erebus, let's move on. He's pretty toxic.
Yeah,
but that day he was civil. I mean, he was being civil, but he got lost.
I think they all do. I think that now that a few of them have, the brave ones have come forward and tried this against the geometry or trying to imagine their model. Because that's all it is, isn't it? These people are just playing, let's imagine a model with Bev, and Bev just goes, nah, I don't think you're allowed to do that. I don't think they want, or anybody can have the conversation. Especially with me, I get the venom straight off. But I mean, like anybody else, just practice it. Just take them into geometry, into this 2D, 3D, straight line, curve line land.
To me, it's the easiest conversation to have because even with the gas pressure without a container, they take you into gravity and then it gets really, diluted, right? But with this, geometry is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's a matter of a fact. So if you don't have this, it's not this. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, you can have it in your head pretty solid and pretty sorted. For quite a while you'll still get people like Rumpus and people like that telling you don't know what you're talking about, or it can't be like that. But
yeah, because we look up at the stars and we got Southern Star Trails.
Yeah.
Or they look
exactly what they do. I call it.
That's exactly what they do. Yeah.
They actually just watch a video on YouTube and they say they have Southern Star Trails. They're not really looking up at the sky. Most of those people are.
They've never actually looked at Southern Star Trails and filmed it themselves. I've seen this guy in Antarctica did it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got a board here that I'd like everybody to join in with, asking if anybody of the baller side says they have knowledge of somebody who has measured curvature, please ask the person who it was that informed them of this measured curvature.
And what did they use to measure it?
No, just give us a name, and we can go after the person, or we can go and find that person and ask them how they measured the curvature. It'd be much better coming from the actual person that's measured it.
They obfuscate between measure and calculate. They think they're the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I mean, Bev is talking about, you're right, Rob, but he's just talking about in particular.
Yeah. We need a few names, because there doesn't seem to be any. I mean, we've been asking for quite a while for all of the baller champions. The true globe earthers that you can properly defend the model rather than just obfuscate and gaslight. Now these people that have measured curvature should be the ones that they are the top of the list. They should be carried round on thrones for these globe earth believers. The people that have actually measured curvature.
Yeah.
But I think, like Cleary, like you were doing exposing the other day when we were watching that video of Jesse, was it? Jesse?
Yeah,
we were watching the other day. He never actually says anything concrete. I mean, he did over at Jose's. We'll get round to that at some other point. But that video we were watching the other day, he more implies, let's say. He leaves it up to the watcher, the viewer, to make their own mind up.
Yeah, he said that, make your own mind up. He infers curvature, but he never really says it. He talks about tilt, and he tells the people out there, look at what I'm doing here, and you make up your own mind. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm trying to infer here, but I'm going to leave it wide open for you to make that assumption based on my biased, flawed information I'm providing here.
Yeah.
And it's easy to fall into that trap until you step back from it and you realize what he's actually doing and how he's not exactly telling you what he's doing. As in reciprocal leveling, he never lets you in on the fact that that's what he's doing, but he's extending it way past his capabilities, and then he's inferring tilt, and he's done it several times. We'd love to talk to you, Jesse. Come over here and explain it to us. We don't want to make the wrong assumption. We want you to be clear, in what it is that you're calculating there.
Yeah. I think it'd be
They're
beneficial.
Too scared of the ridicule.
Yeah, it'd be beneficial for a lot of the globe earth believers as well, because they're relying on people like Jesse. Soundly's another one that we've had cited, and Flat Earth has cited Miles Davis as measuring curvature for him. He's one of the, everyone knows how good a source Miles Davis is for measuring curvature. I mean, so all of these people, I don't want to sound like we've got a method, but we have. Obviously, people can come and talk over our method, but I'm more interested in the globe earth method of measuring curvature. How explain us through it properly, that everybody can go through and understand, come out with a proper proof. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Are you saying you want proof for a globe now?
I'd like to see the proof that was claimed for the globers. I'd like them Because a lot of them state that, you know, obviously they don't have the proof.
Eratosthenes. That's who they use.
A basketball.
Yeah, if you ask them which geometry Eratosthenes used. Because the other geometry that they tend to go to, the spherical geometry, it wasn't invented until like 100 years ago. And when I say invented, I do mean invented, not...
Well, yeah, because they needed to prove their ball somehow.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say...
Euclid wasn't doing it for them.
I wouldn't say prove, necessarily. That's why I asked Cleary about the inferment of the way Jesse works. Because that's what this is. All of this stuff that they think they have is... If it's inferred by other people, they can just hand it off to somebody else. And the end of the line is people like Jesse.
Yeah, that's right. And what actually it's the guys that got coming over here, you know, they're spewing all this nonsense, and we're like, where are you getting this stuff from? And it always goes back to the same source. It's like they got you running around out here representing them, man. They're probably sitting back laughing at you, coming out here talking about tilt, thinking it's some kind of curvature or something.
Yeah. Well, I think they're keeping out of the way because they purposely know they can't defend it. They've got, I don't know, I mean, I don't know how many ballers there are. I mean, certainly they could all have 20 fake sock accounts just so they could harass people in
they probably get 200.
Mm-hmm. So there might not be as many globe Earth defenders as you think there is. But all of them rely on somebody else. Not one of them has their own proof.
No,
actual proof. They always hand it off to other people.
Yeah. Can I do a quick advert for Domesticated Primate?
Yeah.
He's got a new shop with with t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs and things like that. Domesticated Primate. It's really awesome stuff. He does his own designs, you know, custom designs and all. Part of the funds coming in to that are going to actually. Hello. Somebody's there. Yeah, part of the fund.
Check the camera out.
Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
It's a lot of noise. I was just trying to say something, and it's just a lot of noise going on there. Anyway, yeah, part of the...
Sorry.
I'll try one more time. Part of the funds coming into this shop will be used to purchase a LiDAR, which will help us to actually measure and demonstrate the shape of the canal, or the shape of the Earth, whatever you want to call it. So I'll post that into the chat here. Go ahead, Bev. I see you at the whiteboard there.
Yeah, look.
That's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Hang on.
Go on. Get it on.
Yeah, awesome.
Anybody want to see what I'm stuck doing right now?
Sure, let's see.
Putting a camera up there. And I got my little visual down there. That's me sitting on the deck. Put a bunch of lights and cameras from this thing. You got a giant flat deck, a bunch of tools. I'm gonna put a bunch of lights and switches and shit. But I just made a camera up in there. I don't know if you can see the camera. And that TV screen. So I can make sure it's all straight and level.
Oh, yeah. No.
Level's important.
Yeah, it is, definitely. Sorry, I'm bouncing around from screen to screen. But I gotta figure it out now.
Do you want to have a quick go over what happened today on the?
Yeah, you must have read my mind. I was thinking about that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit weird. A bit. I think we're gonna have to go to more solid ground next time.
Yeah, it was real tall grass, maybe a little mushy, or I don't know.
But
I would imagine.
We did have a point that seemed to be moving around now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We're all learning. Could have been. I don't know. We're just gonna have to keep trying and keep doing these things. If that keeps happening, though, that wasn't it. I don't know. It didn't seem normal. So,
No, it just it's the terrain. You know, I used to install fences and that type of terrain. If I came in there to dig post holes and do all that, it would be different. It would be hard to work with. Creating a horizontal level, type of fence line. Not perfectly horizontal, but following the contour of the land. It's a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Being up on the canal, that would be a much simpler.
I mean, I think next time I don't know whether we can do the straight line again. I guess we could try it again on the canal bank.
Can do.
Maybe try it again tomorrow if the weather's good before he goes back. We might be able to get out on there on the canal bank and try it again.
Oh, really? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What I learned today, watching you guys out there, man, that camera setup was cool, and we were able to really determine that, that horizontal horizontal line that you're measuring there is very precise. Very easy to see that. I mean, if I was a globe head, I'd be really, really worried about, what the capability of that device there, that measuring instrument.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the 75 meter shot. Would you say that it would be good to a millimeter? Could you see good enough through the camera setup that we had?
Yeah, we were dead on, weren't we, guys? I don't remember who was here earlier, but it was we were looking at fractions of millimeters, I think, weren't we, on that measuring stick?
I don't think fractions of a millimeter. You might have your units mixed up.
What were we looking at there? We're looking at 55.75.
Yeah, there would be the black and the white little bits. There were divisions. They were 5 millimeter divisions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Each black and white little one. It's a bit.
Okay, yeah. So we were looking at down to the millimeter accuracy. We were within a hairline of that. We were like on the line or right below that line. You know.
Well, I think if it's on the line, then it's it's obviously the 5 or the 0. If it's in the middle, it's the 3, and if it's either side of them two, then it's the 4 and the 2 millimeter mark. I think that's why I like that. I like them 5 millimeter graded rods. But I mean, 75.
Could you show that?
Go on. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know. Could you show that right now, real quick, or?
Do you have any pictures
on that phone?
I'm just not real sure.
On your phone, no.
Oh, you have an image, yeah.
Yeah. See if you can get it on Discord or whatever. With the phone with all of the pictures, we should have done that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how you did that. You're looking from the cross section there, looking from the side at those 3 points that you established, and everything was on the same horizontal plane.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Well, I like the idea of you can see 75 meters, right? Because what the ballers that say it's, because we have come down from 100 meters, not because we can't see it with the eye through the telescope, but because the camera setup that we don't have. I mean, there's still some sort of a problem with the crosshairs over the long distance. Being able to see the hairs through the focus on the lens and the camera focus seems to be a little problem that I think we still need to iron out. It seems like you can test it like in your house at short distance, but then the hairs need to be refocused again for the longer distance shots. And so we've brought that distance from 100 meters down to 75 meters, but that's just one sighted line on one side of the auto level. You would turn the other way and do another 75 meters in the opposite direction, making 150 meters total.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And although we're trying to do
oh, okay.
we're trying to do the what would have been 200 meters and brought it back we've took it down to 150 meters now, and we're doing 3 points on one side of this arc. Obviously, the actual shared straight line segment is both of the two halves of the arc that you're taking when you do that viewing thing. I mean, we're doing something that is not really needed, because the tool
you just
actually
lost me at arc.
Yeah,
I thought we weren't dealing with arcs. The arc, is that arc seconds or something?
No, it's just the arc of when you turn the auto level from one side to the other through 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, a rotation leg. Yeah, looking forward and backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you said arc, I thought you meant like an up and down arc in the auto level. Oh, what are we doing? Sorry, I'll shut up now. I understand.
Yeah, it rotates on a 360 degree horizontal plane.
Yeah.
I understand now. You lost me as soon as you said arc.
Get away from the trigger words.
Well, that's cool. Someone else may have, thought the same thing out there. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to look at that real quick. If you had an image, Yoda, did you have a?
I sent them to you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at it, it's very clear what you're looking at. But the increments, I would like to know exactly, what that is on there. But we can look at it another time.
No, it's all right. I'm getting. I'll put.
Oh, just to let you know that Shills has started back at the beginning of the video.
Oh, right.
And said anytime, Bev, anytime, mate, use anything. And the Mario Bros meme is splendid.
Nice one, Shills.
Yeah, Shills, he's cool.
I'd never found his channel. I'd always heard of people talking about it, but when I went on it, there was I was chuffed to find that clip. Brilliant.
Oh, and just so you know, it's 20 to 11.
Oh, okie dokie.
All right, so it's I'm looking at this image here. You guys just put in live stream, like right there. It's 100 and it's 99. What is that? What is that increment right there?
That's bang on the millimeter of 1 meter, with in the color change from yellow to white.
Oh, I see. So 100. Mm-hmm.
But then you've got working upwards on the if you're working up from that line to the 0, you've got a little block right now. That little block and the white block that's underneath it, obviously, them two are 5 millimeters each, which go together to make the white block on the right hand side of that. So that's a centimetre. That white block on the right. I don't
Hang
know.
on. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right image. Hang on.
I don't know whether I can. Can you see? Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at now. Hang on. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing, like when it says 1M right there from the yellow to the white.
If I go on my screen and do a screen share, and screen 1, I think. Let me check. Is that
all right?
This screen here.
I know we need to wind up soon, but this is
yeah. Okay.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Right. And yeah. So this bit here, this white section, and the black section there, these little bits, they're both 5 millimeters. So when you add these together, you get this white section here. Right, so this white section is a centimetre, and this is 5 and 5. So that goes to make this centimetre. So these ones along this bit here is centimetre marks. This one here, this little dot, means it's the midpoint.
In between.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That
you
black
got
dot,
100.
that's 5. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your midpoint at halfway, right? And then all of these are 5, 10, which would make 1 centimetre. Another 5 millimeters, another 5 millimeters, making another centimetre. So
it's like a little inverted right angles that you can imagine, a little white right angle there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's normal, like the normal ones you see are just graded at a centimetre, but this one's just got extra. It's got an extra split on it for 5 mil. I prefer it. It's easier to read for me.
Yeah, you got this 1 meter line where the yellow ends and the white begins. Yeah. You got 100 centimeters in a meter, and each of these increments is 5.
Yeah, these ones here are 5, and these ones on this side here are 10. The white and the black go 10, 20, 30, 40. These are all millimeters, yeah.
Yeah, I'm clear on it now. Sorry.
I'm
just not a metric guy, I'm an American.
Yeah, you just deal in tenths of feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not
Yeah, so that's but that's the sort of shot we were getting through the camera. You did some sort, you were taking pictures with the camera, weren't you? Yeah, we'll have to
it was great.
Yeah, I'll put all of them pictures in,
I mean, it was so clear. I was just like, "Oh my god!" I didn't know if you guys would be able to get it that clear, but wow! I mean, yeah, there's not going to be any confusion.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll clear the memory on that phone, and it was easy to keep a charge on it, so that you know, and using the picture, was that easy enough to get them pictures, or did you have to struggle at the 75 meter one?
The 75 meter was hard to get the focus on both the crosshair and the measuring rod.
Yeah.
But what did he say? 75 is what?
So it's hard to get the focus on the shit. Yeah, it's hard to get the focus on both the rod and the hairs.
Mm-hmm. Was that Neil deGrasse Tyson? It sounded like a mic drop. Just a joke.
Yeah, me ball model.
Oh, was it?
Rolled off.
Yeah.
Fucking gravity again, isn't
it?
Yeah, man, this has been a good show here. Maybe we should wind it up soon.
Yeah, we'll have to cut it short because we've got to do UFC night.
All right. Well, Paige just showed up. Sorry, Paige. We're about done now. I think I'll bounce over to YouTube and shut it down. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hello, everyone, by the way.
Hi, Paige. Just about to.
Hi, Paige. Just in time.
Yeah. Right.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Right, I'm shutting it down. So thanks anybody. If you want to come round, Emmy UK Discord server, click the link underneath. It should be there.
Also check out DP's merch.
Yeah. Buy yourself a t-shirt. Cheers, Shills. Top bloke.